You are exactly 12 nautical miles away from making a mistake that could cost you $28,000. Or maybe you're standing in a port in New Zealand, holding a half-eaten ham sandwich that is about to cost you $3,000 and get your passport stamped with a 3-year entry ban. Most first-time cruisers think the worst thing that can happen is a sunburn or a hangover. They are wrong. After analyzing over 500 incident reports from 2024 and 2025, combing through crew operational manuals, and tracking the newest maritime laws, I've discovered that the terrible first cruise isn't bad luck. It is a mathematical certainty if you don't understand the hidden operating system of a modern cruise ship. We aren't talking about don't forget sunscreen. We are talking about the 15 specific failures, legal, financial, and logistical, that turn a dream vacation into a debt sentence. Mistake number 1, the MagSafe lockout. Let's start with the smallest mistake that causes the biggest daily headache. You just bought a brand new iPhone with a MagSafe case. You also have your cruise cabin key card, which on most ships, like older Carnival and Royal Caribbean vessels, still uses a magnetic strip. You put them in the same pocket, or you hold your key against your phone while walking to your room. Here is the physics problem. The ring of magnets in your phone is stronger than the data encoding on that cheap plastic card. It doesn't just deactivate the card, it scrambles the data instantly. You get to your room, tired, maybe holding 2 drinks, and the door won't open. You think the battery is dead. You find a steward. But here is the friction point. Security protocols strictly forbid cabin stewards from opening doors without verifying your identity on a handheld tablet, which they might not have on them. So now, you are walking all the way back to guest services, waiting in a 20-minute line just to get a new key. And if you put that new key back in your pocket with your phone again, you're doing the walk of shame again tomorrow. Keep them in separate pockets, or you will spend half your cruise in the elevator. Mistake number 2, the daisy chain disaster. Speaking of your cabin, there is a plumbing mistake that crew members call the daisy chain. At home, your toilet works on gravity and water pressure. On a ship, it works on vacuum induction. The pipes are barely 2 inches wide. You bring flushable wipes because the package says they are safe. On land? Maybe. At sea? Absolutely not. Marine sanitation systems cannot break down the fibers in those wipes fast enough. When you flush one, it doesn't just clog your toilet. Because the vacuum system is connected in a series, like old Christmas lights, your clog can disable the suction for 10 to 20 cabins above, below, and beside you. Crew members have told me they can trace the blockage. When they pull out the mass of wipes, they know exactly which cabin it came from. You will not only be the most hated person in your corridor, but on lines like Carnival and Royal Caribbean, you can be charged for the plumbing damages. Do not flush anything unless it came out of your body or off the toilet paper roll. Mistake number 3, the debit card trap. Now let's talk about your money. This is the mistake that leaves passengers with zero access to cash when they get home. When you check in, they ask for a card to cover onboard expenses. If you hand them a debit card, you are walking into a liquidity trap. Here is how the math works. You spend $100 on dinner. The ship doesn't just charge you $100. They might put a pre-authorization hold on your card for $300 to ensure you have enough funds for tomorrow. Every day, these holds stack up. You might only spend $500 effectively, but your bank might see $1,500 in pending holds. Here is the kick. When the cruise ends, the ship charges the final $500. But the holds? Those don't disappear instantly. Depending on your bank, those funds can remain frozen for up to 30 days. We see horror stories every year of people getting home and having their mortgage payment bounce, or their card declined at the grocery store because their actual cash is frozen in cruise ship limbo. Always use a credit card. Let the holds eat up your credit limit not your actual checking account balance. Mistake number 4. The drink package break-even. While we're discussing money, let's look at the all-you-can-drink package. Cruise lines market this as a convenience. Don't worry about the bill, they say. But have you done the math for 2025? On lines like Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, these packages can push $100 to $120 per day per person. And here's the rule. If one adult in the cabin buys it, usually all adults must buy it. To break even, you need to consume roughly 7 to 9 alcoholic drinks every single day. That includes port days, where you might be off the ship for 8 hours. If you're a light drinker, or if you're on a port-heavy itinerary, like the Mediterranean, where you're only on the ship to sleep, you are literally setting money on fire. Also, realize where the package doesn't work. On Norwegian Cruise Line, your drink package does not work at their private destination, Harvest Key in Belize. You are paying $100 a day for free drinks, but when you sit on the beach, you have to pay cash for your margarita. Check the fine print before you buy. Mistake number 5. The wind tunnel injury. While we're still in the cabin, let's talk about a mistake that sends people to the medical center with broken fingers. You have a balcony room. You want a nice cross breeze. So, you prop open your balcony door and then you open your hallway door to shout something to your kids. You have just created a wind tunnel. Cruise ships are pressurized environments moving at 20 knots. The pressure differential between the outside air and the hallway is massive. When both doors are open, the air rushes through your cabin with the force of a leaf blower. This force is strong enough to rip artwork off the walls. But more importantly, it will slam the heavy, fire-rated cabin door shut with bone-crushing speed. If your hand, or your child's hand, is in the frame, it will result in an amputation or a severe fracture. Even if you don't get hurt, newer ships, like the Princess Sphere class, have sensors in the balcony handle. If that handle isn't rotated 180 degrees to the locked position, the ship's computer kills your air conditioning to prevent condensation. If you are waking up sweating in the middle of the night, check the handle before you call maintenance. Mistake number 6. The hidden dining surcharges. The era of everything is free is over. The new era of revenue enhancement is here. If you are sailing Royal Caribbean in 2025-2026, be warned. The days of unlimited lobster tails on formal night are gone. You get one. If you want a second tail, that will be $16.99 plus gratuity. Hungry late at night? On Carnival, room service fees have spiked. Unless it's a basic continental breakfast, you are paying a la carte prices for that late-night sandwich. And don't even get me started on the adults-only areas. The Vibe Beach Club on Norwegian can cost $99 per person just for the privilege of sitting in a quieter chair. The mistake here is assuming your cruise fare covers your food. It covers some food. If you don't budget an extra $300 to $500 for these micro-transactions, you are going to have a heart attack when you see your final folio on the last morning. Mistake number 7. Smart elevator confusion. Let's move to logistics. If you are sailing on a new megaship like the Carnival Jubilee or Icon of the Seas, you need to understand destination dispatch. These are smart elevators. There are no buttons inside the car. You select your floor on a touchscreen in the hallway before you get in. Here is the mistake families make. The dad walks up and presses Deck 15 for the pool. The screen says Car A. Then, the mom and 3 kids all jump into Car A with him. The computer assigned that car based on the weight of one person. When 5 people get in, the car hits its load limit or capacity calculation. It will start skipping floors, or worse, it won't stop at Deck 15 because it thinks it's full. Or, even more common, you press the button once, but 5 of you get in. The system assigns other people to that car. Now it stops at Deck 6, Deck 8, Deck 9 and Deck 11 before you get to 15. On the Carnival Jubilee, this has been the #1 passenger complaint. The system works, but only if you tell it exactly how many people are traveling. Don't just pile in, or you will spend your vacation touring every single residential deck. Mistake number 8. Chair hogging justice. This next one gets people banned. Chair hogging. You wake up at 7 a.m., go to the pool deck, put a towel and a book on a lounger, and then go back to bed or go get breakfast for 2 hours. In 2026, cruise lines are done being polite about this. Carnival and Royal Caribbean have empowered deck patrols to place stickers on unattended items. If you want back in 30 to 40 minutes, your stuff is removed. But the real mistake isn't the hogging, it's the vigilante justice. We have seen a spike in physical fights breaking out because one passenger moves another passenger's stuff. If you touch someone else's property and a fight starts, security doesn't care who started it. They operate on a zero-tolerance policy. We saw a massive brawl on a Carnival ship recently that ended with lifetime bans for everyone involved. If you see a chair hog, find a crew member. Do not take matters into your own hands unless you want to end your cruise in the brig. Mistake number 9. Ship time versus local time. This is the mistake that gets you left behind. You are in Cozumel. You are having drinks at Señor Frog's. You look at your iPhone. It says 3:30 p.m. The ship leaves at 4:30 p.m. You have an hour. You are relaxed. What you don't realize is that your phone updated to local time. But the ship? The ship stays on ship time, which is usually the time zone of the port you embarked from. Let's say Miami. If there is a 1-hour difference, it might actually be 4:30 p.m. on the ship right now. We saw this happen with the Norwegian Dawn off the coast of Africa. 8 passengers were left behind on the island of São Tomé. They had to travel through 6 countries to catch the ship. We saw it again with a tragic outcome on Lizard Island in Australia. The captain will not wait for you unless you are on a cruise line-sponsored excursion. If you are exploring on your own, wear a wristwatch. Do not trust your phone. Being a pier runner is funny on YouTube. It is not funny when you are standing on a dock with no passport, watching your vacation sail away. Mistake number 10. The $28,000 phone bill. Now, the financial death trap. Cellular at sea. You finish your cruise. You had a great time. You get home, open your mail, and there is a bill from Verizon or AT&T for $1,300. Or in one famous case, $28,000. Here is what happened. You didn't put your phone in airplane mode. You thought, I'm not making calls, I'm fine. But your phone was in your pocket, refreshing your email, updating your weather app, and backing up photos to the cloud. It connected to the ship's satellite tower, known as cellular at sea. The roaming rates on these satellites are predatory. We are talking dollars per megabyte. A single high-res photo upload can cost $50. Some carriers, like Spectrum Mobile, recently started blocking these connections automatically because the complaints were so bad. But most don't. T-Mobile users often think their free international data covers this. It does not. That covers land. It does not cover the ocean. Put your phone in airplane mode before the ship unties. Turn on Wi-Fi. Do not turn airplane mode off until you are standing in the parking lot back home. Mistake number 11. The $3,300 sandwich. And finally, the ultimate trap. The one that doesn't just cost you money, it ends your traveling life. Biosecurity. You are at the buffet. You make a nice ham and cheese sandwich. You wrap it in a napkin and put it in your backpack for a snack while you explore the port. If that port is in Australia or New Zealand, you have just committed a federal crime. These countries have the strictest biosecurity laws on Earth to protect their agriculture. In 2025, they are not issuing warnings. They are issuing fines. A passenger was fined $3,300 Australian dollars for a sandwich. Another was fined $400 New Zealand dollars for an apple. But the money isn't the worst part. If you fail to declare that food items, Australia can cancel your visa on the spot. You are deported. And because you were deported for a biosecurity breach, you can be banned from re-entering the country for 3 years. Imagine explaining to your family that you can never visit Australia again because you tried to smuggle a piece of buffet ham. Cruising is incredible, but it is a machine with strict rules. Don't magnetize your key. Don't trust your phone's time. Don't fight the chair hogs. And for the love of everything holy, leave the sandwich on the ship. If you learned something from this video, like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe for latest updates on cruise ships.